My eyebrows. My eyebrows. What happened to my eyebrows? Hi, it's Sandra Sallin, and today we're talking eyebrows. And why are we talking eyebrows? Because I thought I was perfectly happy with my eyebrows. And then I was watching Rose Marie Swift. She's the woman who owns RMS. And she said, well, and she has gray hair. And she said, well, we don't want to have gray eyebrows. And I thought, no. She said, no, we want to have dark eyebrows or eyebrows, to really frame our face. And I went from somebody who was perfectly happy with my eyebrows, or I thought I was, to somebody who suddenly said, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I used to have this one pot of eyebrow powder and use my angled brush and just put that, and it's kind of a gray ash color, and I thought it was fine. Well, then my granddaughter came over and a girlfriend, and they said, ooh, can we work on your eyebrows? Well, they put on eyebrows that were really so big, I didn't care for it, but I didn't tell them. And it's okay because my granddaughter doesn't have time to watch these. But anyway, they were big eyebrows. I didn't like them. And then I started using just the, kind of like the mascara, the clear, what would you call it? Clear, the Benefit Gray Brows, Gimme Brow. I was wearing that, and I thought that was fine. But then I noticed that maybe it didn't have enough definition. So I started messing around with more colors. And that's how this is all. I'd like you to know, I don't even know what color I want my eyebrows to be anymore. So I bought a number of kits. These are called tinted brow gels. And I thought maybe I had enough hair or brows or hair. Well, you can see. Now, so I didn't know, do I want to go light and blonde? Do I want to go brown and darker? I still don't know. And I've been fooling around every day with them. So I thought, well, I'll give you the pleasure of me trying to figure out what I want to do. And at the same time, teach you a few tricks. One of them is, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got some long eyebrows here. And to be honest, I'm afraid of cutting them because then they'll be gone. And I figure I need every hair I can get. Which reminds me, would you please cut your men's eyebrows? Because, the ones that they get all curly and they get unkempt, just please do me a favor and cut them. And all you have to do is, of course I don't have it here, but you take, well look, you can take a spoolie and just make it go up. Do you see how it goes up? And then, now there are scissors. Tweezerman has proper scissors. And of course I'm not using them. But see how I'm gonna cut these really long ones? I'm gonna do it. Okay. You know what? I should have done it earlier. Now I'm not going to, see, oops, I'm not gonna poke myself. I'm not getting rid of the grays because I figure I need every hair I can get. I'm just getting rid of the errant long hairs. It's amazing. God forbid I get, this is a scar from previous, basal cell cancer surgery. I grow wonderful hairs underneath my chin and around here and around here. But God forbid I get more hair on my eyebrows. Okay, so let's look at my eyebrows and see what I want to do. In my research, this goes along with all the stuff I've been talking about using, a couple of colors of lipstick on your lips to make them, the color richer. And the same thing, they talk about putting double, more color on your eyebrows, not just using one color, but using, maybe 2 or 3 colors, which I love that idea. Which reminds me, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I was at a party recently and a dear friend of mine her eyebrows were they were just penciled in, and it was like a line, and it didn't look good. And I'm not going to tell her, and it's none of my business. But it looked terrible. I mean, I adore her, but just penciling a line in doesn't work. But what I discovered, so I went to Senna. It's a shop in Beverly Hills, and I used to go there. That's where I used to get my eyebrows plucked there. So what they've got these things, and I've always laughed at them. They're eyebrow. What do you call them? They're eyebrow. They're form a brow. So a stencil. So I used to laugh at these things and think, it doesn't work. But you know what? I think these are cool. So I thought, now I haven't done this before, so I'm going to do it with you, you lucky guys. I'm going to try. So you see my eyebrows? It's kind of missing here. They're just kind of cockamamie. So this is called the natural. And what you do is you have the teardrop match where your teardrop is. So I think that's it. Oh my goodness, it's so low, but I can do it higher. Now this is interesting. It's kind of the same way that my eyebrows are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some little pointer marks. Now remember, I haven't done this before, guys. So this is all new and exciting, and you're here for the premiere of me screwing up my eyebrows. Wait a second. Okay. Now this one is by Hourglass, and I've had the worst time. What I'm going to do is kind of just make a little bit of a line. I think they pounce the color on. Should I pounce the color on? I don't know. Well, let's try it. Okay. I'll pounce the color on. So I got two sets. I got a light set. No, this is the medium set. I got a medium set and I got a light set because I'm not sure what I want. So I'm going to put this on, and this really is, I haven't done it before. So this is all new to me. And I'm going to please tell me that I brought. Okay, I'm going to get kind of a fluffy brush, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to mix these medium colors. I'm just mixing them all together. Let's see what happens. You know, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, so there's, now I would expect that's higher than where my eyebrow goes. But what's, you know, it's a really nice color. So this is the medium set, and I'm using all three colors, and I'm doing it ever so lightly, look, just like that. So I'm going to bring it down a little. So I'm going to keep the front part and just erase. I'm using micellar water, but this kind of gives you an idea. So I'm starting with that little powder on it. Of course, is this teaching you anything? I think it's the idea of trying new things. Now, what happened to that brown? So I'm going to try this brown. I love these real fine pencils. You know, Anastasia has them, and they're called Brow Wiz. And I'm going in with a brown. Now, I used to use an ash, and then I thought, well, maybe an ash is too ashy, too gray, too not enough life in it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to try a brown. And there. So so what I've done is I've created I've used powders, and they say that powder is the best way to start with a powder. Well, someday I am not going to use a pencil and do every single hair. I mean, that's not the way I want to spend my life, you know, putting in brow hair. So what I will do is, that looks darn good. You know that? It looks very good. And then what I'm going to do is now I've got a brown and I've got an ash gel. One of these is Anastasia. Which color is that? That's brown. And this is a little bit lighter, and this is Senna. And I'm going to use a brow gel so that it's a little lighter, so that it makes my hair stay in place. Wait a second. Well done. So how did I do that? I'll try on the other side also. So I'm going to use, and what they say, is you keep this light in the front, and you don't start in the front. You start in the middle and down, and then you go to the front. So, well, let me do it without one of these stencils. And I'm going to do it in, see, I like this color. It's not gray. It's not the usual gray that I use. And I was getting Benefit Gimme Brow in gray. I think that this is better than gray because it's light. So I was using this kind of ash color. You know what? I don't like it anymore. I think I like this light brown with my gray hair. I think it's a youthful look. It's a warmer look. It's well, let's do the other side. So now I'm going to do the other side without the stencil, because I want you to see that you don't need the stencil. But if you want a stencil, you get a stencil. What happened? Okay. Oh, so I got this new eyebrow brush from Senna. I was really into an eyebrow thing. And because I love the idea that you have the brush on one side and the brush on the other side, that it's all in one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit from each. And as they say, you start in the middle and going not down, but kind of off to the side. And this is looking pretty light, isn't it? Maybe I'm going to use a little bit thicker brush, because, and then fill in with the other brush. Okay, wait. So it's, this is like artwork. Okay. And the way to thin it, the way to make it not so dark, is you use the this side of the brush, and it lightens everything up. Well, I need to do more of that. Now you're going to ask me why I don't get microblades. That's like having a tattoo on your eyebrows. Because I know me, I wouldn't be happy with the color, or I wouldn't be happy with the shape. And then you need to have it done, I don't know, a year later. And I don't like that stuff. Now, people have it done and it looks fabulous. And they always look fabulous because they've always got eyebrows. You saw me without eyebrows. With me without eyebrows is not a pretty picture. And the other thing, I could actually use this. Look, I know there's a reason I bought all of these. And I could actually use the dark brown with this light brown instead of the ash. I'm going to try that. You can go to any store and buy eyeshadow and mix it all up and find the colors that you think work. So it looks kind of messy now, right? And maybe this is dark. So it's really, there's no, what would you say, easy way. I was thinking, well, I'd love to have eyebrows like Audrey Hepburn. They'd look terrible on me, but they look wonderful on her. So I was trying to keep up on what's hot and new a number of years ago, and people were getting their eyebrows waxed. Well, they said, are you using retinol? And I said, no. But I was using something else, I can't remember what. And what happened was, when they waxed my eyebrows, you know, because they did it on top and they did it on the bottom, my eyes blew up and they were all swollen and my face was swollen, and I was going to my dear friend's daughter's shower the next day. I looked like a mess. So you know, I'm perfectly happy not being perfect all the time, and but having my eyebrows look decent as opposed to the microblading. And I know there's all sorts of things, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I don't, you know, at this age I don't have to pluck them that often. But I just leave them alone. I do think you need, you know, I got this Anastasia. It's a brow glue, so this is clear, but it makes your hair just stay there. So, I mean, as you can see, you could spend the whole day just on your eyebrows, and I think we've all got more to do in our lives than that. But okay, so this, I'm not that happy with this, so I need to futz around with, I love these fine pencils, and when I was drawing, I used to love fine pencils also. Find the thing that you can work with. There, I filled it in. But I think that these stencils are a great way to start and to kind of give you an idea. It's not exact, but it gives you a kind of an idea if you have trouble. So I just filled in some of the spots, you know, with a pencil. This is ash brown, and this is Anastasia, but I also got one that I liked, and it's hourglass, and this color is warm blonde. You have to try them all. There's no way to know exactly which one is right for you. So I'm going to put on this light brow gel. Now, is this the same color? It's pretty close. This looks like it's a little warmer. I think this works out. I think this works out fine. So as I say, I would get powdered eyeshadow. I'd then get a pencil. I like using the fine line pencils. This is by Hourglass. I got them by Hourglass, Senna, and Anastasia. Find the color that works for you, and then I would put the whatever this is called, brow gel. I'd put the brow gel on it to keep it, you know, it kind of fixes it in place, and you're done. And it's a matter of, if you feel like you're not good at plucking your brows, go to a brow place. I mean, if you're in LA, there are a number of them, but wherever you live, see if isn't a place that they can pluck your eyebrows for you if you have a problem with it. Maybe get a stencil, you know, give that a try. I mean, I've got a niece who never plucks her brows. They look just fine. Everybody's got such different eyebrows, right? So I would get so those are kind of the basics to get. And instead of getting one color, that's the way I was, which was, I now see maybe not the best way of going. I think the way of going is to get multiple colors. And if that means going to MAC and getting 3 MAC or your drugstore, wherever you go, and get, let's say, 3 colors or 2 colors, you know, a dark, maybe not a dark brown, maybe a medium brown and a light brown, or here's some light ones, get light colors. Get a lighter and a little bit darker color. Get a couple of colors and mix them, don't mix them together, but get a brush that's kind of soft and fill them in first with the powder, and then fine tune it with a really light pencil and make it stay with a brow tint or a brow gel. But then again, maybe you've got fabulous eyebrows and you don't need anything. I think this looks just fine. Okay, but even if I didn't have bangs, I'd say it looked fine and I like the color. So I kind of, that's all it took was getting all of these different colors and mixing them all together. So I wanted to make sure you understood that the lightest color, you do that last. You do the middle and the bottom first, and then you go in and do the front. That you use a powder, and then you use the brush strokes from a fine pen over it, and then something to fix it down, and a brow tint. Thank you for joining me. And remember to subscribe, or, oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. You know remember where it says more? You click, if you're on your phone, where it says more, you click on it and down will come all of the products that I've used so that it's easy for you to buy them, okay? So I list everything. Don't ask me what I'm going to do about this. I guess I'll list the ones that have worked for me. And some of the brushes are so old, I have no idea where I got them. But I'll do my best. And if you have any questions, please ask me, and I'm happy to help. Hope this was informative, and I'll see you next time.